Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to talk about some of the latest information revealed regarding Melody Cherie's lawsuit with the blogger Anthony Lofties. Now, before I get into some details, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. Shout out to Tay Talks. She was live tonight as I am filming this video. When you all see it, it will be Wednesday morning. She read the latest documents regarding the lawsuit between blogger Anthony Lofties and Melody Cherie Rogers. And she pointed out some things that I thought were definitely worth highlighting. And so, if you want to see the video in its totality and hear the law documents verbatim, I suggest that you head on over to Tay Talks YouTube channel and watch her most latest live stream. All right, and so thank you again to Tay for these details. So, it appears from the documents and the reading that I heard that Melody prefers a trial. She wants a trial to definitely argue her side in this case for defamation. As we all know, Anthony Lofties is suing Melody. He did file the lawsuit in the state of Alabama for defamation. Melody, she said that he has caused his own injuries due to fraud. I thought that was definitely strong and assertive and definitely clear. And she said that the plaintiff has defamed her, causing extensive stress. And we've seen some of the body shaming for her and her mom and the disrespectful, mean names called to Miss Van, who does not bother anyone. And I feel like it's just extremely unwarranted. And to me, it came out of left field because they were vibing on Instagram when he would jump up on Melody's Instagram lives. He covered the show, and then things turned left, especially when he was talking about Dawn allegedly in the secret recordings. I did not hear those recordings. I just heard Dawn's response to it when she was interviewed by the Gossip Girls. But I always thought that was very awkward to secretly record anyone that you would possibly want a business relationship with. And somewhere in that business relationship where things broke down, then that's when everything really turned left. And it was just kind of aimed in a negative way towards Melody. And then the question was posed. We all know that that was in relation to Kiki Jabbar, rest in peace to her. Any alleged revealing of what happened on the show before it aired between her and her mom and the blogger. And then it just made things really, kind of messy. So that's just kind of my take on it and how things just kind of went left. I kind of felt like the sector was very empowering a couple years ago, very fun. Lots of women clicking on the link, sharing their stories of getting out of toxic relationships, starting new beginnings, even with their children. And it just turned dark all of a sudden. And so that is kind of like my take, the walk down that memory lane of how things took a turn. And in her response, she says that it is a frivolous filing and he isn't entitled to anything. And she is asking for proof. She said that in his lawsuit, there is no timeline or proof. We know that there were the screenshot images of other channels who made videos surrounding, I guess, the breakdown between him and Melody. So I never got a clear understanding as what those screenshots would reveal. If he felt like he was being made fun of, perhaps in those videos, and I don't know if he's trying to cite Melody as the reason or the source for that. But that is those bloggers' commentary. That is their opinion. So I don't really see the connection to Melody at all. As bloggers, we watch TV episodes or we watch reality TV stars, Instagram lives or TikTok lives, and we have an opinion on what they say. And that's pretty much it. So, but she says there's no timeline or proof. Melody denies that any of her actions led to the plaintiff having damages or injuries. And this is something that I thought was very interesting. So Tay read uh, Tay read the legal documents, and there was mention of the statute of limitations. And I said, wow, so like my antennas went up, so did Tay's. She said, I wonder what are the statute of limitations in Alabama for defamation? And it is 2 years. So in the state of Alabama, the statute of limitations for defamation is 2 years. However, in the state of Tennessee, it is just 1 year. And if memory serves me correctly, when Melody Cherie went live on Instagram to talk about her experience with Anthony, that was done in December 2023. And so for him to have filed in the state of Tennessee where he lives, he would have had to have done that by December 2024. But see, now we're nearly at a year and a half since that Instagram live. This December will make it 2 years. So I believe that is why the lawsuit was filed in Alabama. I was wondering why make the trek, the trip all the way there just to file. I thought maybe because he wanted like the face-to-face interaction and the hearings to be face-to-face, but I'm guessing now it was to ensure that the lawsuit could go forward because of the statute of limitations. And it could still be both, if if he prefer face-to-face interactions over the virtual hearings for court. But that is very, very interesting to me. Now, some people, a lot of times, you may want to take your time with making decisions, and perhaps that is what happened here. And then it was time to, do whatever, file a lawsuit. Then he may have discovered that the statute of limitations for defamation had run out in Tennessee. But I thought that that was very, very interesting. And I said, oh my gosh, so that was in my notes for sure. And then there was a third defense that Tay read, and I'm paraphrasing, but it is Melody reserves the right to amend her answer and to reflect additional defenses prior to trial should the discovery process reveal new information to the defendant. So in that third defense, from my take on it, I am not a lawyer. I have not earned my Juris Doctorate. I'm simply giving my opinion based on what I heard and took note of. It sounds like Melody is making it clear that as the discovery process goes forward, if she learns any new information in regards to this case, she wants to be able to defend herself and amend her answer. I think that that is definitely fair and reasonable. And I think that any confident person in their right mind would want to be able to amend their answer as the process continues, because it is about defending your side and trying your best to win your case. But I thought that that was very interesting. Definitely, the saying is true that time does fly by, time does go by fast. And 1 year for the statute of limitations on defamation, then it's a wrap in Tennessee, 2 years in Alabama. And I kind of can't help but wonder, does the court feel like perhaps the defamation case gets kind of played around excessively, by several people? Is it a very common case that's brought up, and that's why they have such tight limitations? I know in college at Michigan State studying journalism, we were always told, of course, you weren't encouraged to defame anyone, but they did say, that defamation, it is tough because you have to open up that can of worms. in order to prove that someone has defamed you, you have to express your truth. You have to share your truth in the court of law to be able to show, okay, this is my truth, and that's what they said, and this is how they defamed me. So that onus is on the plaintiff who says that they are being defamed. That's like journalism 101, 101, not one on one, 101 that I remember. So I wanted to share these things with you. Again, check out when Tay Talks is live for the more detailed law documents. And what do you think about the statute of limitations and the Alabama filing? I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And I hope that you all are having a great morning so far. And I wish you all a great day. Take good care. Bye.